So somehow I'm gonna get this to work without shutting off, perhaps. Great. Okay, so I'll just sit the garbage here. Oh! So how does this work? Right, and I just wanted to for a moment, because I had to wait for a phone call, and I thought, okay, why don't I record? I wanted to talk about recycling of souls and the recycling process that we go through, and perhaps religion and spirituality, which to me is all about energy and focusing our intention on whatever it is that we create through energy by visualization and using our senses and all our faculties. Whatever it is we imagine, we can create. At the same time, what has to happen is a clearing of karmic whatever it was from the past, and all these things that are oversold right now since I think 2012. All contracts of souls and whatever we had were no longer. And now whatever it is just residual residue that we're clearing. And I'm realizing that things are coming up, and it's like, wow, now I can really kind of let go of these things, because they never really did serve me, and I was very fortunate to come out of it unscathed, perhaps in a sense where it's not just about forgiving, but it's also about healing. Situations where I found myself where, my father could have actually broken my back, and just let it go, and things like, the way the upbringing was, and yes, I can forgive, but I never even realized that there were so many hidden deep things that were traumatic, that my mind just kind of, our memories were, for whatever reason it's coming up now. And what I wanted to do is talk about the recycling of souls and how people could actually get away with these things, because partly due to they would recycle again. So in this case, you either take responsibility, which in fact a few groups of cultures, be it Wiccan and other sorts, were able to take responsibility of their own actions, and other recognizing karma, reincarnation, all these things. However, others who were mostly into the resurrection side of it, and the cardinal and the Catholics and the Pope, and we have Christ, and all our sins can be absolved through confession, and all these things that, yes, we can do harm to others and do whatever we want recklessly, as long as we abide by what our forefathers, because they recycled, but then they left certain information that we have to abide by and see through. We no longer have to do that anymore. And this fear about whatever karma was, and this fear about being Wiccan and of the earth, and no longer needing to recycle by taking responsibility and making this work through quickening the ascension process that this world is starting to awaken into. We weren't kind of there. So we were harming one another and just recycling and coming back, and we had these rules set in place, our lineage, our information that we're now clearing, that we had to go through, and they were called beliefs, and it was a system, and it was programs set in place, rules and regulations that we had to abide by. Religion was the one that kept holding us back, so that we can be held responsible for what everybody else has done previously that had recycled. So it kept going on and on and on. You would go through the light, and then you would forget everything and come back again. You can call that the water of absolution, or the river Styx, or whatever the Wiccans would like to call it, where you would make it to the other side, and if you stayed in that water, you would completely forget yourself and then come back and be reborn. Right? And that's what this whole thing was about. Yes, there was certain places where we could stay, and like institutions. Sometimes Catholics would call them purgatory, but we would relive things, and we would say, okay, now, and that's what the judgment was. How would you like to come back to make up for it? But you would have all these other rules set in. We no longer have these things anymore, but they are coming up. And for those of us who decided to be of the earth and be responsible and be from the earth, and that there is no other place better, another reckless child out there, we'll figure out that this recycling thing is no longer necessary. So we are here, and we can actually ground ourselves to the earth, become more responsible, and let our oversoul take over, because I'm starting, I do have my inner voice. It does speak to me, and it's like, today, I had certain dreams last night, and right now, today, when I woke up, it's saying to me, I had no idea you went through this. And I'm like, what do you mean you had no idea I went? Who is this, right? So obviously it's my oversoul that's been pinched off and didn't know that it left me to the device of, being babysat by a bunch of clowns. That was a dysfunctional upbringing. But in fact, when you look at it, it was, children having children and being babysat by clowns. Some people have fear of clowns. Anyway, I just wanted to put that past everybody to kind of understand, perhaps grasp where we're at and going, and happy solstice into 2020. Here it is. It has started. Many blessings, love, and light. My name is Reverend Maria. Okay. Bye-bye. Yes, I'm going to perform a marriage today on the 21st. So actually, I am ready. I have my let's see how I can do this. It's not very casual, but it looks good either way. And it's going to be a home visit, and I'm going to do it, perform a marriage, and it's going to be lovely. It's going to be a private gathering of about maybe, I guess it could fit 20 people there. And so that's where I'm up to right now, and I thought I would take some time. And how many people can say that they wed people on solstice? What a way to start off the year, eh? Blessings. Bye-bye.